Hello, I'm Beau Henderson, and welcome back to Rich Retirement TV. This is the one place committed to giving you the tools, resources, and information you need to successfully navigate retirement. And today I want to talk about a very important word, and it's strategy. Now, why is strategy important when it comes to retirement? Over the last 18 years of building retirement plans and having these conversations, there's been a couple thousand conversations at this point. One of the questions I like to ask up front is, do you feel like you have a retirement strategy? And if you do, is it a strategy you understand and you feel confident in? You feel confident that it's going to work for you and your family. And I can say in a couple thousand conversations, I can count on my hands how many people were able to say yes to those three things. Most people in this country, they do not have a retirement strategy. What they have is a lot of pieces they've accumulated over the years, or maybe even partial plans that they've looked at or ran on a calculator or have run through some software, but they don't really feel that they have a consolidated, integrated retirement strategy that's doing the best that it can do for them. And I think the first place we need to start is defining what is a strategy. So a strategy is very different from an income plan or a tax plan or an estate plan. All of those are components of a strategy. A strategy is actually integrating all those things to work together for the best result, which is typically the most use of your money for you and your family, or the most benefit to you and your family. So if we really want to have a retirement strategy, one, it would put you in the top 5% of your peers if you could confidently answer those two questions. I have a strategy that I understand and I feel confident in. How do we even go about that? If we want to do that, we need to ask ourselves a few questions. Does my strategy, or do I have a strategy that includes an income plan? You know, an income plan within itself has a lot of components. It's made up of pensions, wages, Social Security, maybe rental income, all those pieces that make up the income that we need to have outpace the outgo or the expenses in our retirement timeline to make sure we have enough secure income to navigate retirement. Does your strategy have a growth plan? There's typically going to be a component that we need to outpace inflation so that it doesn't catch up with us, or even outpace for things that might have higher than average inflation like healthcare costs. So do we have a growth plan for part of our assets in our retirement strategy? And speaking of healthcare, do we have a plan specifically for healthcare? How am I going to pay for the expenses that we're going to face in retirement? What about long-term care? Knowing that 70% of people have a long-term care event, so it's almost a certainty that somebody's going to be dealing with this. What's our plan? What's our contingency to deal with that? And be careful not to be a statistic that, yeah, that happens and I acknowledge it, but not to me, right? What's the healthcare plan? Knowing, not counting long-term care, the healthcare expenses a couple goes through are huge. Over $250,000 on average that a couple will spend in retirement on healthcare expenses. What about estate plan? Do I have my wills and powers of attorneys, my beneficiary designations, all where they need to be? Do I have the life insurance contracts in place to do specific things I want to do? What about my estate plan, right? What's another one? A big one is lifestyle, satisfaction. That's the retirement coaching component, is what does my retirement actually look like? Not does my financial plan work? That's an important component of it. But is my financial plan moving me towards a retirement that's satisfying and meaningful? Am I doing the traveling I want to do? Am I spending time with the people that I want to spend time with? Am I doing the things that actually make life satisfying and meaningful? All of those are components of a strategy, and all of those are components of how we would identify a successful retirement. And what we find most of the time out there is it's very incomplete. Rarely do we see, again, an integrated strategy that brings all those plans together to make sure we're getting the best result we can for ourselves and our family. So I think that's a good question as we kind of wind down this conversation around retirement strategy. Do I have a partial plan, or do I have a retirement strategy? And if I don't, could I start working towards one with the goal, knowing the two questions I want to be able to answer in the affirmative is, I understand it, and it gives me confidence in my retirement and my future. and then you have the makings of a strategy, and that creates a tremendous peace of mind. And that's one of the things we find that people say they want more than anything in retirement, that peace of mind that I'm doing the best I can and this is going to work. So, is it time to get that strategy intact? Good question to ask. Let me know how that goes. Let me know what specific questions you have. There's other tips in the retirement cheat sheet in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Make sure you subscribe for more tips like this, more questions, more expert interviews about how to successfully navigate retirement. And I'm here for you to help you any way we possibly can to get those answers, because we know when it comes to retirement, knowledge truly is power. And when we have good information, we can make better decisions. And we're here to help you do that. I'm Beau Henderson, and we'll see you next time right here on Rich Retirement TV.